It's been a long time coming, but it's finally here. A video dedicated to CM Punk. Hooray! So, let me take my little fanboy hat, put it to the side, and put on my serious W series do-rag on. And there we go. Quick and easy intro. And I was going to start doing a bit where I use derivatives of the initials CM to introduce So. For the purpose of this video, my name is CM-GRUNT. You should know, and if you don't, research it, wink wink. And this is number 4 of the W series, why the return of CM Punk is best for business. My name is CM, I am not a punk, but please subscribe to my video, otherwise you are a punk. I'm kidding, sort of, but please subscribe. Okay, so unfortunately, despite the fact that this is one of the videos that I've been most looking forward to, because it's CM Punk of course, I'm reverting back to my old style of recording and editing from my second episode of this series, because I am writing this on the Wednesday before both Dynamite and Collision. And even though this video will likely have ideas and references which could happen way after these episodes air, this W series episode is supposed to be light and breezy and quick, sort of, and I'd like this to go out before a new show centered around my guy, Mr. Charles Montgomery Punk, airs, and this is the quickest way to do that. So here we go. But even though there's tons to talk about, I'm gonna try and keep this short and sweet, as there will be a part 2. Anyway, CM Punk, my kindred spirit animal, my best friend, and in 2011 I would argue my favourite wrestler. I cannot think why. You guys know that there's a new AEW wrestling show starting on Saturday the 17th of June, right? And it's based around Mr. Punk, right? Cool. So let's look at some information before we delve into why this is actually best for business. First, I want to start by saying this was in my prediction video, so yay me. Next, like I said in that video, I did feel like it was either AEW or no one that Punk was going to return to, but I didn't think that AEW would create a brand new show basically to accommodate him. And some of this is based on how poor Rampage ratings had become, but it is also because it is a way to get Punk, his people, and a lot of disgruntled stars onto this new show. Sure hope it doesn't turn around and bite them in the bum. But the funny thing is, despite all of this and despite his suspension, he wasn't going to be able to return until around this time anyway. It wasn't too long ago that he recovered from the injury he sustained in the title win against John Moxley. Anywho, there were rumours of his return for quite some time, but nothing concrete or even announced until the past few weeks. So we are back now to some potential dream matches such as Kenta at Forbidden Door. But Collision is going to be interesting because there are stars over there that are cool with Punk, but also have had issues with people in the company or the company itself. And the stars don't even know if this is going to be a hard brand split that WWE are trying to do, a soft brand split like WWE have kinda done, or talk about the brand split but no one really cares about the brand split to stick to it, like what's actually happening in WWE. Lol. But it seems like this is gonna be the way to separate certain stars from Sir CM. So let's talk about Mr. Charles Manson Punk, Mr. Crazy Man Punk, the old cantankerous man yelling at clouds Punk. He was, and most likely still is, one of the top merch sellers in the company. He is still one of the top stars on AEW television and will bring something to the product. And I am scared to go against our tribal chief Roman Reigns in case he treats man like Sami Zayn, but he is definitely a needle mover. Ratings definitely went up when he was on the screen. So I mean, you can argue whether or not Charlie Murphy Punk is a top star who helps raise AEW and their standings. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but if you argue against it, you'd be wrong. But history will tell you that he has already brought viewership to the brand. And like I said, I'm not going to go into too much depth about this. The stats are out there if you want to go and check it, but I want to keep this short and sweet, as this is going to be part 1 of this W series episode, and the second part will be released sometime after Collision. So the question is, will he be good for business for AEW? Short answer, yes. Bottom line, anytime he's on TV or advertised, ticket sales rise, and yes, we don't know how the talent or the fans or the crowds are going to respond to to his return, and reports from Dave Meltzer of Fightful Select, one of the two, is that future Collision shows are struggling to sell tickets due to both the areas that they are in and also people not necessarily knowing what Collision is going to offer going forward in regards to what the fans are going to get. Whether it's with which wrestlers are going to be there, storylines, title matches, and how important the shows will actually be. Will it start being a joint #1 show with Dynamite like Rampage started out as, or is it going to turn into missable TV kinda like how Rampage is now? Nobody knows. The fans don't even know, and the talent don't even know. Some of the higher ups don't even know, and you can understand the fans' skepticism because of that. But when Charles Martinet Punk is confirmed for a show, that show does better in sales. Then there's the potential feuds he never had that he can now come in and do. I won't get into all of them or the fantasy booking side of things, as that will either be spoken about more in part 2 or in a potential list video. But anyway, there's talk of him feuding with Jay White due to his first match back, teaming with FTR to face Bullet Club Gold and Samoa Joe, which should be a really fun match, which I really hope he doesn't get injured in. But as mentioned earlier, we could potentially be getting CM Punk versus Kenta, the battle of the GTSs, and there were rumours that his first feud was actually going to be against Jericho in a callback to their WWE feud, which could be cool and could draw on some real life heat after Punk called out the Ocho when Jericho allegedly called him a cancer. And listen, I am not the biggest optimist in the world. I can be optimistic at times, but I am also very much a realist. So I'm under no illusion that people sometimes cannot heal, recover or forgive with time. But I started to believe that Cranky Monkey Punk was never going to return to wrestling once, let alone twice. And we have seen people leave companies and allegiances all the time only to forgive and return, such as Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Jeff Jarrett and Bret Hart. And these were high profile occasions when this happened. So I shouldn't need to tell you, as in my prediction video, that there is a potential feud of a lifetime candidate and plenty of money to be made in both CM Punk versus Kenny Omega and or the Elite, and of course CM Punk versus MJF too. Again, for the sake of time, I'm not going to be going into too much depth with all of these, but in the coming weeks I'll top up my serious W series do-rag with a fantasy booking cap so we can look at these potential matches and feuds. We can discuss this with more info and precision, talk actual numbers with the ratings and what CM Punk actually drew, and we can have a definitive long answer as to why CM Punk returning to AEW is best for business. Anyway guys, that's the video, and as mentioned, this is just a quick one because I wanted to do a part 2, but I would like to get this particular video out before Collision, hence why this is a non-voiceover visual type of editing, which you can see my ugly mug. But like and subscribe, leave a comment below and let me know, are you gonna watch AEW Collision on Saturday night? And if you are you excited or not about Crypto Market Punk's return? I'll likely do a review of the show on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. And if I'm at home, I could do a watch along stream on either Twitch or YouTube or both. Follow my socials in the comments and you'll see when I'm about to go live. Anyway, I am Chip Magnet Grunt and I'll catch you in a bit.